policy that separates families. My name is Andrea Mitchell, and I'm a community member and member of Surge to Showing Up for Racial Justice. We organize here in Hudson. I'm also a mother of 2 boys, and when I see families being separated, children as young as 18 months old being taken away from their mothers, children in custody for weeks, it breaks my heart, and it should call us to action as communities, as parents, as friends, as humans. And I'm so thankful that all of you decided to take time tonight and to make us stand for keeping families together and protecting all people, regardless of status. So I just wanted to take a minute and thank you all so much for coming.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
Hello, my name is Gloria Martinez, and I am a co-founder of Columbia County Sanctuary Movement.
Woo!
One of them.
Woo!
So I also want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting this cause. It really means a lot to myself and my community. So lately I've been feeling all the punches that Trump and his administration has been throwing at my community. The punch that Jeff Sessions threw with his zero tolerance bullshit, the punch that Jeff Sessions threw with his zero tolerance bullshit, because he wants to eliminate asylum for victims and domestic abuse and gang violence. And also he wants to impose criminal penalties of Central American families when caught crossing the border. I felt the punch that the federal authorities threw when they lost track of nearly 1,500 children. The death of Claudia, the 20-year-old indigenous woman that was killed by CBP. It is obvious, and we all know that these are all tactics made to scare immigrants and to intimidate them. It is clear that they are trying their hardest to break us. But you know what my people are? They are fighters. Resilience runs through our veins. You see, my community are like wildflowers that grow in abandoned parking lots. We will always find a way to grow and flourish in the worst environment conditions. We will move forward, because what do we do when our communities are under attack?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do when our neighbors are under attack?
Stand up, fight back!
Thank you. Now, Micah. Now I'm going to present Michael Schmiede.
Hello, everybody. I'm proud to represent this neighborhood, Hudson's 3rd Ward, the Board of Supervisors. So, when my relative came to the U.S., Moritz Markowitz, he helped found the Kilcher Society. It was a society that helped his fellow immigrants from Poland who were suffering from religious persecution. When they arrived in the U.S., he helped them find jobs and get settled in the country. And that's a basic foundation of how things work here. Is you have family, and you have community, and you have community organizations. We work together to help each other. And what the federal government is doing right now is the complete opposite. It's tearing families apart. It's cruel. It's a waste of resources. When we should be spending money helping people, we're actually spending money to hurt people. But we get it. That's why we're here today. We're gathering together as a community because we know that as a family and as a community, we're in this together. And we're in this with the people at the border. So that means that not only are we going to gather today, it also means that we support organizations like the Columbia County Sanctuary Movement. It means that we support the Green Light campaign so people can get driver's licenses regardless of citizenship status. And it means that we fight to get elected officials who will really represent us and represent immigrant justice. So that means when people are running for office, you're going to ask them, how are you going to support immigrant rights? And when people are getting involved with voting, we're always questioning that. How can we support more elected officials who really represent us at the local level, at the state level, and at the federal level? So thank you all for coming here today, and keep up the fight.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. My name is Luis Yumbla, and I came from Portchester, New York, Westchester County. I'm part of the Hudson Valley Community Coalition, and we are living in very difficult times. Our immigrant community, and not just the immigrant community, the neighbors across the United States living in very difficult and dark times. Hate, racism, discrimination is everywhere. This is not the America wanted. Separate families, put child away from the parents is not the America that we wanted. A lot of families from Westchester County, a lot of fathers from Westchester County now detained in different jails across the United States. We have here one parent, Cristobal, and another one who now in Alabama jail. Other immigrants in Louisiana. We are going to, with a caravan the next week to Washington, D.C. to say it's enough the pain with our community. That's why I'm here to say thank you very much to every one of you who support our community. Because the great America is when we come together and fight together against all this injustice system that is now in the United States. Thank you very much. And together we can change the system. Together we can make America great, living together as a brother, as a sister, as a neighbors, as a friends. Thank you very much. God bless you everyone. Thank you.
Hola a todos.
Saludos.
This day I stay here for two reasons. And the one reason is for support the kids. No more separation of the family.
Right.
We don't want it, no more separation of the family.
No more, no more.
It's a very difficult, very sad. I visit the family in Catskill and everywhere. and Hillsdale, and the farm worker, and the people is difficult situation when your dad, when your mom is deported. It's very difficult for the kid. When your mom is going, when I kid and my mom going, for other reason, my heart very sad. It's the problem, the human right for the kids. The adult survival. The adult survival is no problem. The problem is the kid. This is your heart. Your heart. Your life. This is where is my dad? Where is my mom? Disappear. Where? Who is the responsible? Who is the responsible for this problem? It's the system. It's the system. Don't want to change the law. Why? Every year we're going to the parking demonstration. We're going to the Washington and lobby and talking the senator and talking the ensemble and they don't change. Never. Why?
Why?
Yeah, this is a question. Why?
Why?
We need it. The citizens, the United States need to change the law. Need to press the government. Need to press the ensemble. Need to press the senator. Need to press the president everywhere. We have the power. We have the power. Right now, when it's the election, one is my voter. No? Yeah. Say one. Give me the voter, please. Why? You change the law? I said yes. Today. When it's the election finished, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. And all the time, going to demonstration, going to the need it. Right now, we need decision. My decision is no more separation of the family. No more separation of the kids. And I have the compromise. I have the compromise. And you need a compromise and for the kids. It is the future. It's the future the war. It's the future. But when you see things, where is my dad? Where is my mom? And then now we need a compromise for the change, the law, and the system in the United States for the people needed. And the second reason for staying here, I am born in Nicaragua. In Nicaragua now, the dictator Daniel Ortega and your wife Rosario Murillo killed the student university for protest. Now it's 150 killed in Nicaragua in 2 months. 150 and 2,000 people injured and 100 people disappeared. In the prison.
Now they disappear.
And the Daniel Ortega and Rosario Murillo don't want it going. And the people now, the economy is down, and the people die, and the Daniel Ortega don't want to go, don't want to change the power, don't want to say, okay, we need a change. And I have a petition for you. You need to help Nicaragua, please. It's possible. You need to help Nicaragua, please. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello everybody, thank you again for coming today. My name is Brian McCormick. I am the Executive Director of the Columbia County Sanctuary Movement as well as one of the 4 co-founders. Juan is actually among that group as well. Thank you for your words, Juan. We've heard various perspectives tonight about the legislative reform that needs to happen, about the experiences in people's home countries that drive them to come here. And we need to recognize that not only is this a crisis on the border, this is a crisis in our communities. Not the thought of the community, in the actual physical community. Here on Warren Street, on State Street, on Union Street, CCSM has worked with so many families from different backgrounds, from Bangladesh to Hungary to Central America and South America. We are on the ground with the people who are going through this, and families are not only being separated at the border, they're being separated on this corner. They're being separated when they're driving their children to school, when they're dropping them off to their daycare, when they're driving to work. That is when families are being separated. It's not just happening on the border, although what is happening on the border is outrageous. So what I implore everybody to do is not just show up tonight, which we congratulate you for and we welcome you. There's a sheet that you can find at the table, and there's other materials that's being passed out. We need you to call your legislators. We need you to join us in action. We need you to stay up to date with what CCSM is doing. If you don't have time but you have a little money, that can support our movement a long way. People need rides. People are being accompanied to immigration appointments. If you're an attorney, we can use your support. There's so many ways to be involved in this movement, and we do need to pressure our politicians to do the right thing, but we must also focus on building our own community, building our own movement, and doing what we can to keep families together here in Hudson and on the border. So in closing, I just want to welcome one of our community members to share some words before we move to the next session of our event tonight. One more. Yeah, sorry. They added another one. Yeah.
Hola, ¿cómo está? Voy a ver si me puedo subir. Buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Nelson Andino, vivo en Valencia. Gracias por estar aquí. Voy a hablar del caso de Claudia Patricia Gómez González.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Nelson. I live in Valencia, and I'm going to talk to you tonight about the case of Claudia Patricia González Gómez.
Una joven inmigrante de 20 años de edad que terminó la secundaria en el año 2016.
A young immigrant, 20 years old, who graduated from high school in 2016.
Con muchos sueños a futuro,
with many dreams for her future.
pero que al cruzar la frontera, sus sueños fueron frustrados.
But upon crossing the border, her dreams were lost.
Un agente de la patrulla fronteriza disparó en su cabeza, dándole muerte.
A border patrol agent shot her in the head and killed her.
Un caso que queremos que sea investigado de manera genuina, imparcial.
This is a case that needs to be investigated in an impartial and genuine manner.
El FBI ahora está tomando cartas en el asunto y nosotros como comunidad inmigrante queremos que se haga justicia y que la justicia sea imparcial y que haya una testigo que vio todo lo que aconteció en ese momento.
The FBI is currently investigating the matter, and we as the immigrant community demand justice. There's a witness who saw everything that happened in that moment.
Nosotros venimos a trabajar, a luchar. Trabajamos en el roofing, en la construcción, en la pintura, en las fincas. Piscamos la manzana, piscamos las uvas, las fresas. Venimos a luchar por nuestras familias, aportando a la economía también de los Estados Unidos de América.
We come here to work and to struggle for a better life. We work in roofing, construction, we work in agriculture, we pick the apples, we pick the grapes, we work in landscaping, and we come here to struggle for a better life, and we contribute to the economy of the United States.
Es triste ver el sufrimiento, como lo hablaba mi compañero, de los niños que son separados de sus padres. Hace poco estaba viendo un video en vivo por las redes donde una niña estaba celebrando sus 15 años enfrente de la cárcel donde estaba su papá.
It's heartbreaking to see the suffering of the children, as our compañero was sharing. I recently saw a video that was shared on social media that had a girl who was 15 years old celebrating her quinceañera, her Sweet 16 party, in front of the jail where her father was incarcerated.
Pidiendo ella que por favor y suplicando con sus amigos que no deportaran a su padre.
And she was asking, begging there with all of her friends to please not deport her father.
Y créanme que esto es, para mí es muy difícil ver el sufrimiento de nuestra comunidad, de ver que día con día estamos luchando, estamos trabajando. Muchas veces no tenemos tiempo para andar de paseo, sino que solo trabajando y luchando día a día.
This is heartbreaking for me to see the struggle of our community when I know that we spend every day working so hard. We barely have time we never have time off of work, struggling day after day for our families.
God bless America. Thank you so much.
As the CCSM organizer, I get the opportunity to meet really incredible, amazing people in my community. Two of those few people are here with us. Their names are Arlene and Blanca. And they're going to share their story with you. I would like for you guys to keep in mind all of these stories that you hear on the news stations, that you read in the newspaper. They're not far away. It's right here in your community. They're living, those victims are living amongst us. So I would like for you guys to welcome Arlene and Blanca.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Soy de Honduras.
I'm from Honduras.
Mi nombre es Blanca.
My name is Blanca.
Vengo a contarle un poco de mi historia.
I'm here today to tell you a little bit of my story.
Yo salí de mi país con mi familia.
I left my country with my family.
Venía con mi esposo, mi sobrino y mis hijas y venía embarazada.
I came with my husband, with my niece and nephew, and with my daughter, and I was pregnant.
Nosotros decidimos salir de allá por la delincuencia en mi país.
We needed to leave because of the high levels of crime in my country.
Y al llegar a la frontera, todo fue diferente.
But when we got to the border, everything was different.
Me separaron de mi sobrino, de mi esposo.
They separated me from my nephew, from my husband.
No ha sido muy fácil para mí la situación.
It hasn't been easy for me, this whole situation.
¿Quién la separó? Diga quién.
Migración.
She said, who separated you? And Blanca said, immigration officials.
Luego me tocó salir de ahí sola con mi niña.
Later, so I had to leave alone with my daughter.
Llegar hasta acá donde mi hermana.
I had to travel from Texas alone here where I have my sister.
Fueron 5 días de camino muy difícil para mí porque no conocía. Gracias a Dios, Él estuvo conmigo para poder llegar donde mi hermana.
It took me 5 days to get from there at the border to here where my sister is. It was a terrifying trip. I didn't know anything about the country or where I was going. I give thanks to God because He was with me during that time.
Luego, mi esposo lo deportaron. Él volvió a intentar. Ahora está preso 4 meses.
My husband was deported. He later tried to return to reunite our family, and he was taken again at the border. He's in jail now for 4 months.
Tengo 2 niños, uno fue nacido aquí. Para mí fue muy difícil.
I have 2 children. One traveled here with me, and the other was born here. Her son Caleb, who is here with us tonight, was born a month after they arrived.
At Columbia Memorial, right?
Here at Columbia Memorial Hospital, yeah. So, les digo como que nunca conoció a su papá. Caleb was born here in the United States, but he has never met his father.
Ha sido muy difícil para más mi niña, que ella ha estado al lado de su papá y ahora no tenerlo al lado. Para ella ha sido muy difícil.
And it's been even harder for my daughter, who always had her father at her side, and now for the past year has not.
Nunca me imaginé que al llegar aquí pasaría esto con mi familia.
I never imagined that by coming here to this country to seek safety, that this would happen to my family.
Y lo único que quiero es que mi familia esté de nuevo.
And the only thing that I want is for my family to be reunited.
No more deportation, no.